Well, howdy all. Um, to continue with what I started on yesterday, speaking about how under a crisis situation or the state of occupation that it was, some things that happens then will always have repercussions later on. Uh, well, HIRD members, if you don't know it, HIRD was the arm wing of a national Samling or a national unity party, which were Quisling's guys. So they were coming around to farms and taking food, wanting cattle and livestock of all kinds for the boys on the Eastern Front to the good of the Reich and for the decency of humanity and other wish-wash BS and so. That's led it to when they came around to the farm my grandfather was at, and they wanted to. He knew those guys from before the war, and they weren't good people then, and he just plain bluntly refused it in non-political ways, and well, they left. To his fury, a few years later, in the early 60s or mid 60s, his oldest daughter married into that family of thugs and thieves and so. So that guy that had come there to take his cattle from him so many years ago now was his daughter's father-in-law. Well, that didn't go so well through the years, and you can just compare it to the Mrs. Bucket or Mrs. Bouquet, always trying to holding up a fancy picture of just plain filth. It went so long that one of the guys in that line of family stabbed their father, so he got into a wheelchair until the rest of his life. There were a lot of stuff going on, and even very much more that I haven't heard about, so it's probably that lineage that is best forgotten about, but always somebody that thinks they are better than anybody else. And people like that need to be reminded of it from time to time. One doesn't know now what will be happening later, but always something for sometimes